In the late 16th century, Europe was alive with whispers of change. Wars had been fought, empires had risen and fallen, and scientific discoveries were beginning to challenge centuries-old beliefs. Amid all this turmoil, one quiet yet monumental decision reshaped how humanity measured its most precious resource, time itself. This is the story of the day the world skipped 10 days, and the chaos that followed. For over 1,600 years, the people of Europe had used the Julian calendar, a system introduced by none other than Julius Caesar in 46 BCE. At the time, the Julian calendar was a groundbreaking achievement. It divided the year into 365 days, with an additional leap day every 4 years to account for the extra fraction of a day it took Earth to orbit the Sun. For centuries, it seemed flawless. But as time passed, a tiny, seemingly insignificant error began to reveal itself. The Julian calendar assumed a year was 365.25 days long. In reality, it's closer to 365.2422 days. That tiny difference, just 11 minutes each year, had a cumulative effect. By the 16th century, the calendar was off by a full 10 days. This error meant that the spring equinox, a key date for determining the timing of Easter and other religious holidays, was gradually shifting further away from its traditional date of March 21st. The Catholic Church, deeply invested in maintaining the integrity of its religious observances, decided that something had to be done. In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII assembled a team of scholars and astronomers to solve the problem. Their solution was both simple and radical: a new calendar, one that would correct the drift by eliminating 10 days and introducing a more accurate system for leap years. Under the Gregorian calendar, the 10 missing days would be skipped immediately. Thursday, October 4, 1582, would be followed by Friday, October 15. Additionally, the rules for leap years were adjusted. While most years divisible by 4 would still be leap years, exceptions were added for years divisible by 100, unless they were also divisible by 400. This subtle change ensured the calendar would remain aligned with the Earth's orbit for thousands of years. When the decree was issued, chaos erupted. Imagine waking up one morning to find that 10 days of your life had vanished. Farmers were baffled. They relied on the calendar to guide their planting and harvesting. Businesses were thrown into disarray, with contracts and agreements suddenly rendered invalid. Some people even refused to believe the change was real, claiming the church was trying to steal their time. In Protestant regions, the reaction was particularly hostile. Many saw the new calendar as a Catholic plot and refused to adopt it. England and its colonies, for example, held on to the Julian calendar for nearly 2 centuries. When they finally switched in 1752, they had to skip 11 days instead of 10 to make up for the additional drift. Riots broke out in some areas, with crowds shouting, "Give us back our 11 days." The effects of the calendar reform were felt across the globe. While Catholic countries like Spain, Portugal, and Italy quickly adopted the Gregorian calendar, others resisted for decades, or even centuries. Russia didn't switch until after the Bolshevik Revolution in 1918. Today, some Orthodox Christian communities still use the Julian calendar for religious observances, meaning their Christmas falls on January 7th by the Gregorian calendar. Despite the initial upheaval, the Gregorian calendar proved to be a remarkable success. Its accuracy and simplicity have made it the global standard, used by almost every country in the world. Few people today give much thought to the history behind the dates they write in their journals or the leap years that pop up every 4 years. Yet the story of the calendar reminds us of humanity's ongoing quest to understand and master the passage of time. So, the next time you glance at your calendar, take a moment to remember the courage and foresight it took to realign humanity with the heavens. The day time stood still may be long forgotten, but its impact will echo through history forever.